Ever feel like no matter how much you earn, it never feels like enough? You get a raise, upgrade your life, but somehow you're still stressed. America's working harder than ever, yet most people still live paycheck to paycheck. Something's broken in this picture. We chase status instead of freedom. We're told to show our success with things, the big house, the new car, the latest subscription. But behind closed doors, many are anxious, burnt out, and overextended. The American dream quietly turned into a financial trap. You've been told to keep climbing, but what if the ladder is leaning on the wrong wall? We work for years, chasing promotions and validation, only to feel emptier inside. It's not just financial exhaustion, it's emotional fatigue from comparing and pretending. Keep living this way, and you'll always work for your lifestyle, not live it. That's where Morgan Housel comes in. He flips the script. A former Wall Street writer who studies the psychology behind money, Housel teaches that wealth is not about numbers, it's about behavior. And his number one rule might just change everything for you. The richest people aren't the ones who make the most, they're the ones who need the least. Think about that. Real wealth isn't about chasing numbers, it's about freedom, peace, and purpose. What if being rich means wanting less, not having more? Hey everyone, Ethan here from Ethan's Money Library, where we're building wealth, one book at a time. This is a space for people who want more freedom, not just more money. So if you're ready to rethink everything you thought you knew about money, hit that subscribe button. Let's grow together and make your mindset your biggest asset. This video is inspired by Morgan Housel's incredible book, The Psychology of Money. In the next few minutes, we'll uncover his biggest lesson, how to be rich and happy at the same time, something even millionaires get wrong. Most people think wealth means showing off, cars, watches, mansions. But Morgan Housel reminds us, true wealth is what you don't see. It's the quiet comfort of knowing you're free, not the noise of trying to impress others. Spending money to show how rich you are is the quickest way to lose it. Real wealth grows quietly, through patience, discipline, and choices no one sees. It's not about what you buy, but what you don't spend. The average millionaire in America drives a used car and lives below their means. Meanwhile, 65% of high earners still struggle with credit card debt. Real wealth isn't about income, it's about control. Imagine waking up one morning with zero stress about bills. You sip your coffee, sunlight hits your face, and you realize you own your time. You're rich not because of what you buy, but because of what you can choose not to do. We live in a world that constantly tells us we need more. More money, more stuff, more everything. But happiness doesn't grow that way. It peaks when we finally say, "This is enough." That's when peace begins, not when we have everything, but when we stop chasing. Studies show that after earning about $75,000 to $90,000 a year, happiness stops rising much. Beyond that, money doesn't add much joy, it just adds noise. It's proof that wealth alone can't buy peace of mind. Enough is like your emotional thermostat, it sets the temperature of your peace. When you define what's enough for you, you stop living by society's rules and start living by your own. That's when freedom really begins. But society teaches us to always want more. A bigger house, a faster car, a newer phone. That's the trap. The moment more becomes your goal, gratitude disappears. Real wealth isn't in more, it's in being content right where you are. Time is the richest currency we'll ever have. You can earn back money, but never time. Think about it. Every moment you spend chasing more, you're spending the only resource you can't refill. Money is only valuable if it buys you back your time. But most people trade their hours for things they don't need. A bigger TV, a newer car, just to feel caught up. What if wealth was simply having control over your hours? The average American spends over 90,000 hours at work. That's a third of your life. And yet, surveys show 70% of people would gladly take a pay cut if it meant more freedom and flexibility. That tells you what people really value deep down. Imagine waking up when you choose, working on something you love, and having the rest of the day to live, not just survive. True freedom isn't owning more things, it's owning your time. Don't sell your freedom for what was never worth it. Most people think getting rich is about being smart. But Morgan Housel says it's not your IQ, it's your behavior. You don't need a PhD to win with money. You need calm, patience, and control when everyone else is panicking. Housel points out that 70% of lottery winners lose everything within 5 years. Not because they're dumb, but because money magnifies behavior. If you can't handle $1,000 wisely, you won't handle $1 million any better. Most investors fail not because the market is unfair, but because emotions take over. When fear hits, they sell. When greed takes over, they buy too much. Emotional control, not intelligence, decides who actually grows their wealth. True wealth isn't built by genius ideas, it's built by calm decisions made over time. Picture yourself investing calmly while others panic. That's your real superpower. In the world of money, calm beats clever every single time. Wealth isn't built overnight, it's built in the quiet moments. The tiny choices you make every day matter more than big, dramatic wins. The truth? Small steps done consistently can change your entire future. You don't need to do amazing things to get amazing results. Just doing the right things again and again, saving a bit, staying invested, and keeping calm, that's where the magic happens. It's not luck, it's patience and repetition. Think about this. If you invest just $10 a day and let it grow, you could end up with over $1 million in 40 years. It's not the money you start with, it's the time you give it to grow. Compounding is like planting a seed that becomes a forest. We live in a world that craves instant results, fast money, fast fame, fast success. But real freedom comes from slow, steady growth. The small things you do today are shaping the life you'll be proud of tomorrow. We live in a world where everyone's highlight reel is just one scroll away. You see your friend buying a new car, a coworker on vacation, and suddenly you feel behind, like you're losing a race you never signed up for. The truth? The more you compare, the more peace you lose. Studies show that 60% of people feel more anxious about money after scrolling on social media. That look how successful they are feeling silently eats away at confidence. We end up spending more, not to be happy, but to feel equal. Lifestyle inflation quietly kills progress. Every raise, every bonus, gone to keep up appearances. Most Americans lose nearly 80% of income growth just to match the lifestyle around them. It's like running on a treadmill that never stops. Real success isn't about applause, it's about peace. When you stop comparing, you start living. Disconnect from the race. Define your own pace and suddenly, wealth feels lighter because it's finally yours. Morgan Housel once said, "The highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up and say, I can do whatever I want today." That's not about being rich. It's about being free. It's about buying back your time so your life finally feels like your own. Money isn't the goal, it's the tool. The real win is using it to gain control of your time. The moment you can choose what to do, when to do it, and who to do it with, that's when you've made it. Surveys show Americans value autonomy more than any job perk. Deep down, we don't just want higher pay. We want the power to say no. Freedom to spend time with family, to rest, to create, to live life on our own terms. Don't chase income at the cost of control. Too many people earn more but live less. Real wealth is waking up excited for the day ahead, because it's your day, not someone else's schedule. True wealth isn't in your bank, it's in your freedom, peace, and choices. Morgan Housel reminds us, happiness and money follow the same rule. Control what you can ignore the noise. If you take one thing from today, focus less on what you earn, more on how you live. If this video shifted your perspective, hit like, subscribe to Ethan's Money Library, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that real wealth is quiet. And tell me in the comments, what does enough mean to you? Until next time, I'm Ethan, and remember, we're building wealth one book at a time.